Welcome back, my name is Tobal, and we're here again with another episode of Surviving Mars with the Space Race DLC. We are 10 days past our probation period. No, we're just past the 10-day probation period, so we can now call in more passengers. So, we're going to we're going to request some passengers here. And I think in last episode we had talked about making sure we have enough common no specialization staff to fill out all these jobs, right? So we've got at least 5 no specialization type of people, just 5 generic workers right now. And then we could wind up hiring, we've got 2 engineers already. We could hire 3 more, and that would let us fully maximize 1 shift of any particular factory. So that could be nice to have. We could then order maybe 1 more botanist, 1 more researcher, maybe 1 more medic. I'm not sure if that would be necessary. So let's try right now. Let's just see what we've got. Passenger rocket. We have a bunch of applicants. Some of them have been filtered out because we don't want seniors, children, people who are just completely incapable of doing anything, etc. Alright, so let's leave some of these no specialization folks here. Is this locked in per se? Oh, it's locked. Sexy, hippie, composed, alcoholic. That's fine. Little alcohol never hurt anyone unless it does. So we've got 5 specialists, or sorry, no specialization staff members. Did we want to bring 5, or did we wanted to fill the 5 slots, right? So we have 2. Can we see that up here? We have 2 people without specialization, so we need to fill that out at 3. Okay, that's what we need to do. So we'll need to bring 3 people with no specialization. Okay. We wanted to bring in 3 more engineers to fill out that idea of having 1 shift of max, power in the factory. I think we can bring in 1 more botanist and 1 more scientist. That should fill out, maybe 1 more medic, I think, is what we talked about. That's going to fill out at least 1 shift for most of those areas. We have 3 more slots. I think I would like to bring out another batch of botanists because that's going to maximize our food production, get everything going quicker, and we can have more food production and not, have to call in supply drops every 5 minutes. I need to check on that. I think the geologist... that's another thing to think about. The rare metals deposit is something that we need to work on too. I'm so close. We'll come back. I'm sorry everyone, I know we're ready to go, but we'll come back. We need to check on one more thing. The rare metals extractor. We have 2 geologists on staff. Okay, we need 4 per shift, so we could have 2 shifts working this. Why don't we try to focus on just having that 1 shift of maximized workers, and then we'll start filling it out with the subsequent waves of people. So at least 1 more geologist, 3 more engineers. Got it. I think we've got the res, and then we'll see what hits our fancy for the last couple folks. So sure, we'll leave a medic on here. 1 more scientist, we said. 1 more botanist. We need 3 more engineers. Okay, we need a couple more just 1 more geologist. That will fill out that shift. Was it 4 and we had 2? Maybe 2 more geologists, I think it was what it was. We have 2 geologists now. We had 2 of most everything at the start except for security officers, which I still don't think we need yet. Okay, this should let us fill out 1 full shift of working the raw or the rare mineral deposit. That's 4 of those. 3 engineers will let us have 1 shift of 5 engineers at the factory. 1 more botanist. Oh, yeah, so we did want to bring more botanists, I guess. I don't think it matters. We've got that. Let's bring a no specialization person in and maybe find someone who is going to do the reproduction and help us make the babies. Fit. I think I saw someone that was sexy earlier. Let's bring them back. Survivor. Lose less health without food, water, or oxygen. You're eating double rations. And you recover sanity while gaming. Okay. Can I filter? I think I could filter. I hope this doesn't change everything. You know what? I don't want to do this in case it breaks everything. Workaholic, religious, composed. So many well-traded people here. Very, very special. Here he goes. Party animal, composed and sexy. We'll grab Yuto Watanabe, and they will be our 12th person to come on board. So, let's do it. And we are still working with the Tanegashima 1. Why don't we call this the... Let's name this rocket. I want to name this rocket... we'll name this the Nagasaki. Do you not like the Nagasaki? Are you offended by the Nagasaki? Come on now. I am of the confusion, just a bit. Well, okay, so I guess we're gonna have to have the Tanegashima. I had it the first time. In spirit, the Nagasaki. Okay, we've launched. So the rocket's on the way. Why don't we also send along? Not that it's gonna match it or anything, but we'll also, while we're thinking about things coming from Earth, let's send some supplies up, just to kind of help us out. We'll get extra food because we have more people coming, and we'll grab an extra helping of all the basic materials. Got it. Okay, we're still... Ooh, man, we are low on funds. It's gonna hurt. That's okay, because on this next shift that comes in, the next shuttle, we should have enough people to start really filling out this rare metals extractor. So we should be able to start sending things back to Earth. I don't like how broke we are. What about the... Did we have... one of these, I think probably after we research life from Mars, we'll probably unlock the funding. There's one that just gives you a flat 1 million, which is convenient. So... Sorry, I think I'm thinking it's 1 billion, actually, is what it is. Because everything here is in the millions. So we only have 60 million left. We can't even afford to send a little shuttle. It must cost a lot more money. I don't think I saw it when you're doing the passenger rocket. But I guess it does cost money to fuel that bad boy up. Alright, what else is going on? Have we been scanning? Have we been doing stuff? We have. We are scanning our sectors. We are getting the extra science from that. We've got more rare deposits here. What is this? Is this an anomaly? Another Vista, right? So we have one Vista that we talked about. Oh gosh. We want to put a big dome within range of this to increase the comfort. And my goal is to research and unlock one of the really big domes and put all of our residential, or most of our residential, in that same area. And then have a service dome and perhaps a working dome connected to it. So these may not be our final layout. We have a dispute. Okay. Okay, so if you were an inventor or a hydro scientist, you could basically, it sounds like, no, it would piss somebody off. I guess we're just gonna say both roles are vital. I would like to be a politician, right? We can smooth talking. Scientists lose morale, engineers get morale boost. Yeah, maybe both of them will just take a morale hit, or nothing will happen at all with that option. I don't know why you'd want one over the other up. Can we see if anyone's grumpy? Let's check this fancy command center. Colonists, how are we doing? How are we feeling here? Morale, is this morale? That's health. Everyone's healthy. I think this is the mental part. I don't know what these up and downs. I wish you could hover over this and see what it is. Alright, well, let's go to somebody and take a look at this whole thing. So, comfort is the stars. Morale is your up and down. And this is your sanity. Okay, do we have some people who are like almost insane? That's not a great start. Who was that? We have some pretty crazy people here. You need to... Why are you having such trouble with your sanity? Do you need to hang out more? That might be a thing. We might have the shifts not spread out enough. We could double up the shifts on the social aspect and have more areas for people to calm down at. I already forgot what this one was, and I know this is sanity. Or sorry, this is morale. This is sanity, comfort, right? Not exactly the most comfortable place. You look really grumpy. No service building, unprepared meal, no available luxury, no available gaming center. I mean, you're the first set of colonists. What do you want here, man? I thought they should... what about gaming? Do we have an electronic store? I think that's funny to have an electronic store as your first thing that you prioritize, but hey, whatever. Well, they're just going to have to deal with it, right? You know, we can't cater to every whim. Once this new shift gets here, though, I think we'll be able to start expanding a bit more. Slow down. I love this little gym here. I really like the inside of this dome. I think it's really cool to think about how interesting life would be if I could get out of the fence here. Inside of one of our fancy domes. I haven't really looked for people using the little tunnels either. I'm trying to zoom back like this. Okay. Oh, there you go. You are using it. You're coming home from work after a long day. How you feeling? Let's take a look. How's life treating you? You're going to visit the diner. I think a lot of people actually, after that first shift, wind up hitting the diner first. That's like the first thing gets full right after the first shift. So we may want to extend this because this seems pretty important. And I wonder if they run out of seats. Nope, all seats are not used. Quite a few seats actually. So like everyone meets up at the diner, has a little after work snack, socializes a bit. Nothing else going on here. No new areas to explore. And our new shuttle has arrived with all of our new friends on board. Alright, so we're sitting okay at 14 food. Everything else is kind of low except for fuel. Let's bring this back here. Oh, I did want to see about trying that expedition, so we'll experiment with that. How's our idea about the batteries working overnight? Yeah, they still are doing fine. They're just only just going below their maximum.
New colonists have arrived.
So I don't think that's too bad.
Resources are low.
Sure they are. If you think they're low, I don't think they're that bad. Alright, so it looks like it immediately resorted the work shifts. So we've got 5 engineers on that assignment. We've got our 4 geologists. Our 3 scientists are there, and our 3 botanists are there. Awesome, this is exactly how we wanted things to look. How did our... Do we have an extra medic? I can't remember if we had an extra medic. We'll check around. This is a no specialization person. Do we have any unemployed? We do have 2 unemployed seeking work. So why don't we open up a new shift? Let's open up... What helps you with sanity? Relaxing, drinking, social, food, shopping. I mean, does anything directly help you with sanity, or is that like a... That's our gambling addicts here. Luxury. Oh, so the art store gives you luxury. We could try some shops here. We could drop down a electronics store and a art gallery. That was some people wanted to do the luxury shopping, and one person wanted the gaming. So maybe that's an idea. We have heavy drone usage. Why is that? Do we have too many with you? Or is it because we had drones that came out of this shuttle here? I don't think they did. I think it's because a lot of drones are suddenly having work to do. A lot of them are ferrying fuel, so they're suddenly very heavily loaded. It shouldn't be a long-term problem. Let's take a look at the surface of Mars, and how do we get to our little exploration? Milestones, mission
Research
profile,
complete.
planetary view. We want an RC Explorer. Can we send the expedition? Cool. I just clicked on that. I don't know what it's going to do, to be honest with you. We're not full up yet. That was... It just turned white. Apparently it just got a paint job too. It's waiting for the RC Explorer. It looks like. So that's going to come on board. And maybe we'll have, while you go do your thing and you go mess around, maybe we'll have some rare metals to deposit by the time you get back. That would be nice, something nice to send back home to Earth. We just researched life from Mars. Excellent. More applicants. No, we didn't get the money one. We got the one that gives you a performance increase for engineers and geologists when they're working in their specialty, which isn't bad because that is part of what gives us money. Is basically exporting rare metals which come from geologists. So that could be a nice thing to do. What is this? You're waiting. Oh, do I have to send it? Waiting for, oh, an unnecessary cargo. I guess we have fuel. Delivering rare metals. Oh, I guess I loaded you up with rare metals. It must have automatically done that. And the rare metals are kind of going everywhere. So my theory about dropping them off right here does not seem to be panning out too well. I suppose we could close all, rare metals down for everywhere else, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Did you get your RC Explorer? You didn't, so let me give you one. Can I do this? I right click on it like this? What happens? Wow, these things are covered in grime. We clean you. That's destroying it. To rename it, follow it, pin it. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't see an option to insta-load it. Maybe it just takes it whenever it's ready for the final part. Whenever the unnecessary cargo goes away, maybe that's what it does. It's unloading the fuel. Maybe when it unloads the rest of the fuel, it will load up the RC Explorer. Alright, no one's unemployed. We have 24 semi-quasi-happy folks here. We are way up on machine parts now, which is nice. What do we need for polymers? Polymers just use water and fuel, which we have plenty of fuel. Let's go ahead and, excuse me, let's turn this back on. Let's turn the machine part factory back off. And they should do a nice easy transfer over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so apparently the polymer factory can accept one more person, which we don't need to worry about just yet. That way we start working on building our polymer supply back up. It's not ideal. We don't want to be shuffling this long term, but until we start to build up our supply of humans on the planet, that's just going to be how we have to deal with it. Right, we're still trying to get the fuel unloaded. Yes, we know we are low on everything. We are, in fact, super low. So there's not a button that I see that is... I mean, everything here is like move around the shuttle. So...
Meteor incoming.
Oh, where are you coming to? Oh no, it's going to be right on our main line. That's a bummer. It did automatically get its RC Explorer, and it looks like it is taking off. So it's going to go do that exploration thing. Ow. We just lost water to... That reminds me, probably, we should put... While everything's exploding around us, let's go ahead and put down an oxygen tank and a water tank right on the outside of the dome. That way, in the event that this happens again, they do have a backup supply of water and oxygen that they can rely on until everything gets repaired. Because as of right now, I think everyone here is on their own. Because they just lost the main pipe throughput. Unless they share resources through... can they share resources through the tunnel here? Maybe. It's not really clear. But they don't seem to have this shortage warning. So I'm wondering that it seems like they would. I mean, these pipes got instantly replaced anyway, so that's not too big of a deal. But it's not a bad idea to go ahead and put maybe on both domes here, just to have a local supply of water and oxygen. I mean, what if the intersection here gets taken out? What if the producers get taken out down here? Or heaven forbid, our little main storage area. So we don't want that to happen. Wait, why are you on? Did I accidentally click you to make you on my list? I don't really want you on my shortcut list. I mean, you can be if you want. Alright, the overall comfort is good enough. It's in the 60s. The average morale is 60, which is fine. What about our new buildings here? Do we have... Okay, we don't want people on the first shift. We don't want people on that one. We can have people working the second shift. Got it. So we did have a spare medic. What if we open up our day shift to one more medic? Or sure, we'll cover health and sanity as long as they're not starving, dehydrated. What if we put a medic in each slot here? That way every shift has a medic. Oh, I think I'm pissing people off by firing them, by the way. I didn't realize that. I think I just saw a mouse over that warned me that somebody's grumpy, that they just got fired.
Sector scanned.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have tried to, you know, play doctor, I guess. Sector scan revealed a ton of concrete and a good amount of metal. We did lose 3 drones in that explosion. Wow. That's rough. What are we doing on our scans
Anomaly
here?
analyzed.
Awesome, I think that was our mission. And it's now returning back to us.
There's more to the barren environs
Whoa,
of the Red
that
Planet
was...
than meet.
Holy cow, that was worth it. Look at all the amounts of research that just unlocked. This is the Stirling generator, which is more energy. What does it generate? How much does it generate? It doesn't really tell us. Very cool. This is our funding. This is the $1 billion grant. This is the new domes. I think this is a medium-sized dome. So this must be bigger than the current dome we have. Have improved comfort in the basic micro and barrel domes. I might skip this one if we're going to be upgrading to higher level domes. But we need money, right? We need money for that. So let's do this. We're prioritizing farming, crops, decommissioning protocol, and then we'll get our $1 million grant in. Drone battery, we don't have to worry about that too much. The ability to build our own drone hubs might be nice. There was a reward though for our mission reward overall, right? If we make 6 sensor towers, we get 15 drone prefabs. That's not bad. I mean, I don't have a lot of sensor towers right now, but I could just, since I think we have, are they autonomous, right? Are they not? Right, autonomous sensors no longer require power or maintenance. So we could, I mean, we could just drop sensor towers in the middle of nowhere, or anywhere, and then roll our commander next to it, and that's that. Or do we just put, I mean, do we just get lazy and put them in a batch here? We could put them on the ends of the colony, right? Within range of the sector commanders, or the drone commanders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's only, ooh, okay, that could have possibly been a bad idea. Let's go ahead and, well, we can't build it anyways because we're out of electronics and we're out of polymers, and that's what everyone's working on. Why are you an inactive work shift? I don't think you are. I think that just means that, oh, it's not, yeah, this isn't the time of day for that work shift to be working. Okay. We're in a bit of a pinch because we're out of money, so we can't send ourselves more supplies. Yeah, I will go ahead and cancel these bad boys. I didn't realize they used electronics, and we are out of electronics for sure. Sorry about the klaxon. When our shuttle gets back, when our rocket gets back, we should be able to load up our rare metals that we've got to send back home. We are also, maybe we could reprioritize the way this comes up. So maybe we do money first, then the utility crops, and then the decommissioning protocol. Okay, let's land you down. I guess you're just going to have to refuel. That's all you're going to have to do. Yep, we got that. We know we're low on that. We don't mind too much about our competitors scanning stuff. I don't really want to take anyone away from their home right now. I want them all to be back in the dome working, so I don't want to send them on an expedition at this very moment. Okay, pipe and pipe, got it. What about food? How are we doing on food? We are building up a good amount of surplus because I think we have all those botanists in one spot. So maybe this is fine and I didn't need to worry about getting another 3 botanists to open that next shift. Although with the next couple of vessels that come out, we might want to do that. Now I know I was talking about the fact that I didn't want to... Well, it's not connected. How are you? Okay. Sure, we'll pretend that makes sense. I know I mentioned that I didn't want to build residences in basically the construction zones. However, I might have to go back on that idea because we're gonna need more space for the next batch of colonists to come in, and I think I want to wait to get the medium dome
Resources are low.
before I build another. Like, I don't want to build another basic dome. I want to build like a medium dome.
Milestone achieved.
So, oh hey, we had our first child. Oh, that's awesome. So first Martian born, we got that achievement. Who was it? Where's the little tyke? Where's the little, oh god, you have a child. There's like there's no child services, there's no school. Oh man. I could have put births aren't allowed, but we do need to build up our population here. Can I see who it is? Where are you at, tiny tyke? We have 1 genius, that's nice. I think, generates research when at high sanity. Are you sane? Yeah, you look pretty sane right there. That's nice. What about our little one? Do we even see the little child? I don't think we see it in the list here. Hey, there it is. I had to filter it specifically for it. Hey, you're Martian born. Good for you. Way to be a child and not die and stuff. I am proud. Very excited. Hopefully we won't let you walk out the airlock or anything like that. Our shuttle is refueled. It is gathering the exports though. Do we have, how many exports do we still have left? Overall. Rare metals, I don't see any more symbols I don't think are rare metals. 0, 0, 0, and 0. I think you're getting all the exports you can get, so we'll tell you to go back home since you do have a long trip in front of you. Hey, they're really excited about that child. Okay, so it looks like another colony has unlocked or done one of the other missions here. This would require a shuttle and 6 colonists, which again, I don't really want to deal with at the moment.
Research complete.
Okay, that's soil adaptation. We should be going for our $1 million item now. Microgravity medicine. A medicine center. This is a medical center that's a spire building. It's kind of a neat idea. Oh, we didn't build a spire in any of our bases here, any of our domes. It recycles up to 70% of the water used in the dome. We don't really use that much water yet. So that could be something for later on. The medical spire is interesting. That could be nice to have. I think I'd rather focus on things that increase comfort, especially if we build a nice all-in-one dome that's just where people live. But I guess I don't know how much that downside of the morale really hurts you long term. Like, is a 10 morale loss really bad? Because you work in a different building than, where you live at? I think people are happy with the fact that they're able to buy their electronics and their art. That did start to satisfy some of the shopping needs. Well, I think gaming and luxury. I don't know what doesn't this do shopping? Yeah. Both of these do shopping. Maybe people haven't had the time yet. They have to have the time to go do all the things they want. Hey, it looks like they're building stuff or buying stuff. All right, so we're desperately trying to build polymers every day. We're completely out of electronics. There's just no hope for electronics, it looks like. We could try to cycle these on and off, and let's work at the polymer factory and then let's work at the electronics factory. I don't know if it's a better idea to do both or just do one versus the other. Got another batch of raw, I think I keep saying that. It's the rare minerals. A good bit of money for us if we can get that back. I'm curious about how much we're going to make from this export. Rare metals price is 20 million. We sent 13, 11. So, you know, that'll be a good billion at least. So that should help us with a bit of funding. So I guess the question is, do we want to stick with that idea of building a medium dome, or go ahead and suck it up and build another basic dome to be able to fit more living quarters and things like that? I still think that over here this is going to be a large dome, so maybe we should go ahead and just build or maybe a barrel dome. You don't get a spire, but I think you get more space. Not quite certain on that one. I like that it fits between both of these domes perfectly though. That makes my OCD just a little bit pleased. Can you stack passages on the same exit? Nope. Oh, I was really hoping you could kind of branch off on these passages here. Wait, outside of domes to create turns in the passage. Press RT to change the placement angle. Yeah, I'm not seeing any way to, like, it says press what, middle mouse and then R or T to change the angle of it. I'm just not seeing any real way to do that as far as I can tell. Outside the dome to create turns. Oh, that's like you're making a path right here. Okay. Maybe we have to have a blank space for this to even do that. Okay, that's when I got it. You can press R and T when you're starting to draw, and then you're making little pathways here by pressing left. Okay. Still not what I was hoping for, but it's still neat. Whoa. Oh, did y'all just get off work? Okay. A little scary. Everyone's running across the surface of Mars. Alright, I think we've been at it for a little bit here. We did get our next batch of colonists, and they look to be fitting in nicely. We do have our shuttle about to come back to Earth. I think I'll wait till that comes home to see how much we've made, and we might have to order a supply of basic parts here to get us through until the next batch of colonists. Now, the next batch of colonists, I might make them very heavy on the engineer side, because we want to be able to start producing machine parts, electronics, and polymers by themselves. So we could do a thing of all 10 engineers. However, I think that might overload some of our service industries. So we'll have to find the right balance.
Funding received.
We had 220 million from the rare earth, the rare metals to Earth. So that's not bad. We could go ahead and do that. How much does it cost to send a rocket? It's not bad, really. It doesn't say that it needs anything, but I almost feel like last time we did that, we lost a bunch of money. All right, well, I think we're doing okay. We've got a pretty decent start. I'd like to maybe focus on research, because we're researching at a very slow rate. So I think I'd like to maybe prioritize some of the labs to get filled up, maybe at least maybe 2 shifts, and then make all the service industries go to a 3rd shift. We'll explore with some of these options here. Wow, I'm glad that didn't destroy the supply depot. That could have been horrible. Alright. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode as always. If you have any questions about anything, please leave it in the comment section below. If not, I hope that you continue to join me as we try to overcome any obstacle and not kill anyone. We don't want to leave anyone like Mark Watney on this Mars. So thank you so much for joining me. Take care.